Priyanka, the resource person for the next FDP session is here. Kindly welcome.
Now let's move forward for the second session of this FDP, which is on citations and research structure, tools, and techniques. We are honored to have Mr. Abhishek Saxena with us today as our resource person. He is currently working as a senior software engineer at Cognizant Technological Solutions in Brussels, Belgium. He has over 15 years of experience and a strong technical background. His exceptional professional achievements and personal brilliance is truly unparalleled. He has successfully completed a wide variety of projects with several MNCs covering multiple domains. His area of expertise include AI, ML, data sciences, and its real-life applications bring valuable insights. Mr. Saxena holds and combines technical depth with practical industry insight, and today he will be sharing his insights with us. We are excited to learn from his expertise and practical knowledge in this rapidly evolving field. Kindly take over the session, Mr. Saxena.
Yeah, hello. Thanks, Priyanka. As already explained, Priyanka already explained, so I just want to give a brief info on my side. So I'm Abhishek. I'm currently based in Brussels, Belgium. I work here for an insurance company currently, so I'm more like a project manager. So managing the projects, more than 1,000 PDO somewhere around, so 1,000 mandates. So that's my part. So apart from that, I work as a system analyst to define the architecture. So currently, we are working on the agentic AI implementation in the company. So that part. So Priyanka asked me to provide you the some details on the AI side in the citation and research. So I will try to cover what I have the details. If just to be sure, my voice is clear.
Yes, it's clear, sir.
Okay. So I will share my screen. I will use in this mode only because I am having a problem in my system. So in this way, you can see, I think I will not able to into a presentation mode. I'm having some problem in my screen. Okay, so my topic is in that I asked to do it is the citation in the research, so structure, tools, and techniques. So citation. I go. So what I will try to cover. So I will just first try to cover the what is the citation and why we use it. What are the do's and don'ts of the citation, like when we have to do or when we have not to do. The structure, what are the formats we use currently in that one, and what are the effective techniques or the best techniques, and there is a comparison. So this is just a main part on the what I say on the citation, the theory part. Then I will try to cover some points on the AI tools. I will try to show you the AI tools on the hands-on part, like what we do. It will include both indirectly the citation and the research part. Both will be included. I'm not sure everyone knows about the prompting techniques. If I will try to cover the initial part also, because currently what I see in the when we work in the organization or something, we work in the prompts in some different way. When it's like currently when you use the chat GPT, we just provide using it as a search engine, but that is not a way to interact with the LLM models. So if you provide a proper prompts, you will get a better result. So I will try to cover the prompting techniques, and I created last week. There is a for this session. I created a one prompt. That's I just a single prompt to do everything. So I will share that one also along with that. So that's more of like, and I try to show you the tools that we use for the citation. So EndNote, or you have Jotera and other part. So uh, first, so why we use mostly like what is a citation? So generally a citation is a way you tell your reader that the certain material in your work come from another, which is come from the another source. So when you are doing a research, you refer to the some other papers or somewhere. So it's like a work of the another user or another person. So in citation we try to refer it in our paper whatever we writing. So that why we use that is the main part of the citation. So indirectly it's a way to provide the references of the original work that we are referring in or we are using in our part. Okay, so it can be or it can be any idea, information, any research paper, essay, article that is related to the work that we are using in our paper. We use as a citation. So there are two types of citation. So one is your in body, what we call like when we write the body of the paper. There we use in-text citations. So or we can send as a reference list. So it's within the text, a small part that is we mentioned. So it's to acknowledge like from where we collect the source. And at the end of the paper, we use the citation compile as a reference, or we can call it as a bibliography. Okay, so that's a main part on the citation. Then another point came why it's in directly matters. Like we are doing a research paper, we are writing it, why we have to mention it. Okay, so indirectly the work. So in research paper, generally we try to find the gaps which the user is stored, which the research is already done, or something is not proven. Then we try to find some another way or some points to do the research on that paper on that part. So, but the original work that the original author who is there, we need to provide them some credit indirectly. It's a way to give a credit to an individual for their creative and intellectual work that we are using for our support in this research. Okay, and also like to prevent the unethical act. So we are using somewhere else words or idea. So it's indirectly to maintain that one also, like we use the citation. Okay, I apart from that, you citation also show like what you have gone through the research. Like you understand that field, like linking your argument to establish knowledge and expertise. That part. So it's more like build a credibility and academic integrity. So when the reader read it, so he can directly get it. Okay, you have done the research, thorough research on this topic, and you know in and out on that part. Okay, and it's also serve as a reference guide for the source material. So if any reader is using or reading, so he can check that part. Okay, this part came from this paper, then he can read that part also. So it's give indirectly a necessary information to find that the source back again to check the facts, and more like also a research trail, like how you are following the citation. So in when you use the in-text citation, it follows some patterns. Okay, so in that way, then user or reader can do the relation on that one. So that's what I have written it there, and just to mention on that last point also, that it's just a quote from the Lipso. Good citation should reveal your sources, not conceal them. So it's like whatever you have read, so you need to provide a due credit to them indirectly. So that's why it's mostly matter. Now another part came like another part is 2 points when we have to use the citation or when we do not have to use it. Okay, so citation should be used when your content does not originate from you. So it can include the word, so quotation, phrase, sayings, anything that we are using as a support in our writing from somewhere else. So that part will come in the citation, or any thought or idea like summarization, prefaces, audio visual material if you are using somewhere, or links, DOIs if you are using, you need to provide it into a citation. Okay, so I try to put a flowchart on that one. Like, should I cite the citation? So if it is a quote, cite it and place it into double quotation marks around the text. If no, if it's a preface, then we have to cite it. If it's another idea or theory, then we have to cite it. There is no need to cite if it's a. So what we have not to cite indirectly, that is related to a common knowledge indirectly. So common knowledge means what I can say, like information that everyone knows indirectly. So it can be like, okay, in India, we have a ambulance number like 101 or 1000. So in US, we use 19991 or something like that. So that's a valid, that's a common information available to all the others indirectly. So that we do not have to cite in the part. So that's a part, and same like 24 hours a day that everyone knows. So okay, if it's you support in the some documents also, we can do not need to put it into a citation. Okay, till now it's clear, or anyone have something, or I'm too fast, let me know. Okay, so then another point, like what's the structure of the citation? So mainly it's what I say, in both the part, like in text citation or when you are referring the reference list one, the full details at the end of the paper, both generally include the author. You need to mention the author who have written that paper, date, date means year of publication, article title, if there is an article title, or journal title, publish, then later on there's a journal title, publisher, or conference if somewhere is presented. Then you have to mention, indirectly it's like a source information you need to mention, but some it depend on the some specific order that depend on the different what I say styles of writing on the citation. Okay, so that I try to put it here also, like author, year of publication, article titles you need to provide. And mostly as per normal way, we use mostly the 4 types of citations. Okay, like APA, MLA, Chicago, or IE. So I try to provide the example on that one. So like it's author Smith, J and J Kelly. Then year of publication, you have the title, article title. You have then the journal in which it's mentioned, then volume and issue. Then you have the page reference number and the DOI or URL. This part, the structure wise mostly remain the same, but in what I say in style, it can be differed little bit. Like in MLA, like this part, what I say, the year part will be later on. It's put into and after the volume on that one. And I try to provide also the index. So this is a reference part that we have to provide at the end of the paper. Index is a index part, like in text when we are writing it in the body of the paper, we have to write it in this way. So for same for AML and Chicago, and mostly I is used for the engineering documents mostly. Okay, so this is the format. In next slide, I try to differentiate all of them and directly what exactly is used. So I mentioned the 4: EPA, MLA, Chicago, IIE. So first point is like in which area mostly. So for each specific areas, you have to use some specific styles. Okay. So like APA, it's mainly psychology, education, or social side. When you're writing something, research on these things, generally we follow the APA. MLA, humanities, literature, and arts. Okay. Then you have Chicago, history and social science, and IE is mostly for engineering and computer science. Okay. And then you have in I try to mention the in-text citation is a style also, like it's author date, author page, author date, and in IE we use numbers. Okay. In text example, this is an example on the same way. So we have Smith and the date, page in this way, and in IE it's a number 1, 2, 3, 4. In the end, we have to provide in this way. If we have there, I try to not to go inside in this much detail, but there are lots of logic on lots of patterns on the IPA also. When you read IPA, there will be, if you have two author, multiple authors, it differentiate how you write it in the each style. So if I try to provide the initial example in the slides. So if you have multiple authors, Smith and Lee 2021, then in MLA Smith and Lee 32, Smith and Lee 2021, and in the IE is just like a reference 1-2. Reference list titles. So when you provide in the, so this part is in-text citation. That's all three. But when you are in the fourth one, it's a reference part. So it's that provided at the end of the document. So in that one, how we mention the title. So in APA, we mention as a reference. In MLA, it's like a work site. Then you have the, in Chicago, it's like a preferences, and IEEE is also preferences. Okay. And then the part is a author name format, last name and initial, last name and first name, last name and first name, initials and last name. So that I mostly I try to provide it here also. Okay, like what's the format we are using. Year of publication after the, like where we have to put, like year of publication in APA is after author name, in MLA it's at the end, in this one also, and it's in the end of the citation. Okay, title format, sentence case, title case, and quotation marks. General title formatting, italic, italicized, so it's common for that. So that's mostly the patterns that we use currently for citation. These four only, and these are the mostly the differences. But there are others also. It's a detailed one that if anyone want, need to check their sites mostly. This one I will come, seventh slide I will come later, but I will try to cover this first. This one, the 3 slides, this one. Yeah. So now the another point came when we are writing the citation, what will be the effective way or the best practice to write them? So generally, when you are writing, because citation, when you write the body of the paper, you already get that information. So if you already know that part, like insert, start using citations. So there are lots of citation tools that are currently present. You can use them as when you start the research project or when you start to writing. So insert citing during the drafting only, not after completing the paper. When you try to do it in the end of the paper, you will miss lots of things. Okay, so it's indirectly it's better to cite when you are writing. Okay, so you already have a reference there, so you do not miss it in the later way. So that's indirectly that prevent the missing references. Okay, another one, next is follow one citation step constantly. So in the whole paper you need to use only the one. So whatever your organization or publication or something is referring, you need to use it. It's not like you mix both 2 or 3 styles. So only the prescribed one you need to write. Then you have match in text citation with the references. So every that it's like a almost like a review. When you are writing a match in text, like in the body, that citation that should appear in the reference list also. So every reference must be cited at once. Okay, and before the submission we need to do a cross check just to be sure. Okay, use reliable citation tools. So tools like Zotero, Mendeley, or Endnote, that's most of the time save time. But they can provide some formatting error. So always review it manually after generating the citations. Okay. Then you have record complete source detail. Okay. So everything, like when you're doing a research, you already have some information about the author, year, and in the citation, you need this detail. So it's better when you are doing, keep it a record on that one. Like uh, author details, year details, title, publication, DOI, URL, that immediately present. Otherwise, you will miss this detail when you are writing the references. So it will be what I say incomplete indirectly. So it's more like maintain a source log, or in the spreadsheet you can maintain that detail. Okay. follow the latest, regularly update the reference library that I already mentioned. Indirectly, a reference library is when your recording is complete, record complete source detail, you need to update it regularly. Also, the reference library. It's up to you. You are using some tools to manage the reference library, or you are using a spreadsheet or something like that, source log. Okay. Then you have follow the latest addition on the style guides. So in citation rules generally evolves across edition. So always we have to check their site for the latest one. So currently, like for APA, it's 7th one. I try to provide that same details also here. APA 7th edition, MLA 9th edition, Chicago 17th edition. Okay. So just before writing a reference paper or research paper, check that style already. Then you have review journal and institutional guidelines. So if you have something, what I say, uh, if you have some guidelines in the organization or journal for which you are writing, or institutional guideline, check them effectively and try to follow them. So another one, let's proofread resources before submission. So it's review citation independently from the content. That's a proofreading. Look specifically for the formatting consistency or completeness. So it's like it's like a reduce overlook errors indirectly. But if you maintain the reference log properly, like keep detailed record of the records of the sources and versions, so before submission, so it will prevent the missing and incorrect citations. Okay. And then another one is like cite both quoted and paraphrase material. So use quotation mark for the direct quotes, and cite paraphrase idea to avoid the indirectly the plagiarism part. Okay. So it's like a mostly like a acknowledge the intellectual ownership of the source writer. Okay. So that's more like a best practice. So if we just generally try to follow them, we will have a less error in the when we are trying to submitting in the at the end of the stage. After that, you have. I try to summarize also like what are the common mistakes generally we mostly do. Okay, in citation. So it's like mixed citation style that I already mentioned in the best practice. Like it's generally why we are trying to avoid, because it can create inconsistency. So use only one style, mix in text citation. So that also we are it's like missing in text citation. So indirectly, if we are not providing, that means we are borrowing or taking some data from the other paper or something, but we are not mentioning it indirectly. And then we have incorrect author format. So we have to follow that one directly according to the style. Okay. And wrong publication year. These two information like incorrect author format or wrong publication year, that mostly will be reduced if we try to maintain the source record or source log or resource log properly. Okay. Then you have inconsistent punctuation. So it's mostly like if you try to follow the style guide, whatever there is written, like you need to use some text properties or something like that, layouts or accordingly. Okay, like in which size it need to be put, or if it should be in Arial, Times Roman, something like that. Okay, so missing page number. So it's uh, if possible, indirectly try to increase the page number. If you do not know, try to include the chapters or paragraphs. Okay, it's just to source back the citation. It's easier in that way. Break, that's okay. Yeah. Break, and then you have last one, incomplete references. So source cannot be verified. So if we try to provide the references strongly, then it will the reader who is reading that part will not able to cover everything. Okay, it's not able to check indirectly. So that's a common mistake, but I try to mostly, I think I cover it in best practice also. So it's just a part mentioned just to check it in further. Okay, so this part I mostly it's like a theory part on that one. Now we will go on the AI tool that we generally use for research and citations. So till now it's clear, or anything need to explain again? Okay, I'm continuing further. Okay, so okay, so AI tools for research and citation. So I try to check the latest tools. Okay, because I did not research long back, but okay, so I try to check the latest tool that we are currently running or having a impact on the market. So we have Perplexity AI. It's a Indian founder for that one. Then you have the Chat GPT. I will go in that details further. Okay, then you have Elicit, then Consensus and Skype and Research Rabbit. So each of them have something common or something different. Okay, so what we will do before going in this one, I will try to cover a little bit like I'm do not know if already in the previous session is prompt engineering is covered or not. Priyanka, sorry. Okay, no problem. So what I try to cover mostly like first of all part like what is a prompting. Okay, so because whenever you use every tool since 2015 there is a new domain evolving that is we call as a prompt engineering. Okay, so what we have in prompt engineering it's like a so you know everyone knows the Google. Okay, when you try to search the Google you can write anything. Okay, like okay try to find me this one, but what Google did, it tried to provide everything. Okay, so that widen your search area directly. Same goes with these tools also, like you have a chat gpt or perplexity, everyone. If you do not, if you try to put a normal what I say prompt in this one, it will provide you everything indirectly. So it's but the details that is needed, it will not be there present. Okay, so that's why what then in this domain, like in prompt engineering, what we try to do, it's like techniques or skills that are useful for interacting and developing with the LLM models. So behind ChatGPT or anyone, there are some LLM models, large scale language models are running. Okay, they are trained on the some specific areas. So they are that are running on the some specific LLM, and each LLMs when you try to interact, it's trained on the different parameters. Okay, like currently, if I go with what I say, Del E, generally that's model is used for image generation. You have Sora, you have other that is mainly for image generation. So those model are trained for image generation, uh, and we have the Chat GPT, that's a natural language model. So, but indirectly, when we go in the research part, like a deep research or something, you need the model that is working on that part. Okay, so it's previously it was for me it was what I say. It's a Chat GPT 4.0, something like higher model you need to perform on that one. Okay, so but to interact with that one, you need a prompt that will be well crafted. Okay, so what I'm trying to say indirectly, like when you provide a prompt, like I'm just saying, okay, is like I just provide sky is. Okay, then I am expecting a model to provide it me blue, sky is blue or something like that. Okay, but that's a indirectly a weak question. If I try to provide a instruction, okay, complete the sentence, sky is, then model will do exact search on that one and provide the details. Okay, so currently now in prompt engineering, uh, when you are writing a prompt, you need to provide it's better to provide like a one type of instruction. Okay, then you can have a context. Instruction means is like if you want to perform a specific task or something, you can specify it to a model that you write up in the first line. Then you can specify the context, like what's the external information or additional context that provide me a better response, some input data and output indicator, like in which format you want the data. Okay, so this is mostly now the format that we use currently. Okay, if I try to, so what I'm indirectly trying to say, so I'm trying to say like it's a chat GPT, this one. Okay, I will put in the details. Okay, so now the prompt engineering, if you go, I can, so in prompt engineering there are lots of type of method. So you have zero shot learning. If you want, we can just search it. So you have that I mentioned. So you have zero shot, you have one shot, you have few shots, you have chain of thought prompting, and they're like mostly we use in this way, and iterative prompting. Okay, so chain of thought and cell consistency, low base, lots of things are there. Okay, now if I go in the specific details, I will try to explain mostly 3 or 4. Main part for us is role base, indirectly role base, and meta prompting is not there. It's not mentioned, but I will explain that prompting also. Okay. Multimodal prompting not okay. So I just try to give you a brief intro on this one, then we will able to understand the other tools indirectly. So in zero shot prompting, what we try to do, this indirectly in this one, we try to provide the AI a task without any example. Okay, so if you see here, like summarize this article in 3 bullet points. That's just a vague example we have provided. We just ask him just to provide the details. Okay, this article and put it into 3 bullet point. But there is no example or something we have passed it. So we just indirectly will say, okay, so when this two model try to run this one, okay, he do not have any prior knowledge on this task, so he will try to provide the result on this just in this way. Okay, like if I try to put something, so I just provide him details, so he just mentioned me the details in this way. Okay, like this is more like what we are searching in the Google also currently. Okay, this is a zero shot. If you do not know anything about something, you just can ask on this one. Okay, then you have one prompt part. Okay, in one prompt shorting, what we try to say, we will try to provide him a one example. Okay, uh, with the details, like if you say here, translate English to French. English, hello, we are changing into a French, bonjour. Then English, good morning. Then French. So it's more like we are providing my instruction. So what will model do? He will first read it. Okay, I need to translate it to from English to French. Then we have given an example to him. Okay, so in this way, AI or the tool will understand the context or format you are expecting. Like here we mentioned in the format. Okay, if I try to run this one again, just this one. Okay, so he just provide the details. Okay, French in sponsor, because I ask him to specify this output only. I do not want anything. So it's more like a more detailed way on presenting in this way. This till now we have just provided the one example. If you go on another part, also few short prompting. In this way, we try to provide him a multiple examples. So like in this way, classification, like it's in the model, we can do a sentiment analysis, classification of sentiment, everything. Okay. So it's usually we need to provide 2 or 3 examples. So AI can understand the pattern or style. Okay. That is looking, and he will show the same answer. Okay. Now, like, okay, this is mostly the few short prompting is currently when we train the model also in the deep learning or something, we use in this way also. Like, okay, we provide the model some inputs and he trained on it and then he provide the output to us, and that output we use as a feedback loop to train the model. So that's why the model know everything. So we are also trying to provide do a same thing. Okay, we try to put him a two examples. Okay, one with positive and one with negative. And when we try to say, is it okay, not great, then you model need to classify if it's a what's a sentiment indirectly. So with the example, he already know like these two, and then he for this one, let's say he say now the neutral, but now because he's able to say the neutral because uh, we provided him a context already. Okay, this one is a positive, this one is a negative, and in this one we are trying to provide both positive and negative. So in this way, like it's a more understandable for the pattern. So now, like now you can see indirectly what we are evolving indirectly. So when you're writing a prompt, it's not like in the first way the prompt will be correct. Okay, you need to modify that one according to your need. Okay, if you have if you do not know what you need to do, it might be in zero shot prompting will work. Okay, just provide the initial detail, you will get the data, take that data and put it into other shot or try to find some example and put the details. So that part is there, and mostly now this chain of thought or what I say uh, role based prompting, this is generally mostly used. So what is chain of thought? Here you ask a model. Okay, like till now what we are doing, we are providing him a instruction. Okay, classify statement, this is a instruction, and then we are providing him some input data and output data. Currently the context is not there. Okay, uh, here what we are trying to do, ask a model, okay, try to solve something, or what I say ask a model to go through process step by step. Okay, like what is done. Or so it's this is mostly when we have a complex reasoning task, we use it indirectly this way. Okay, you can ask anything like, okay, how the tell me the steps, or tell me the statements that I need to deploy any Python application in production or Flask application or something like that. So this will put this chain of thought. When you try to put it into this one like step by step, this is the main part, problem in the step by step. In this way, the model try to provide you all the data, okay, step by step with the problem. Okay, uh, uh, that is mostly chain of thought prompting. Then you have self consistency, so that's also same, but it's a multiple part. Now mostly that we use, it's a what I say, it's a role based prompting. Role based, it's a what I try to say. So currently if you try to ask anything to the model, like, okay, I want to search something like a BART. That's a model that we generally use. Okay, but BRT, there is an organization also that can also be treated. So if I try to just say, okay, BRT, what is a BRT, then he will try to find that details for the both indirectly. Okay, so in role based prompting, what we try to do in the basic part, we try to add some persona, reference, or template. Indirectly, we are asking the AI to take a role. Okay, or what I say, to behave in the some way. Like if I am a programmer, okay, I can ask him, okay, consider yourself as a top 5 programmer in the industry and now design this one. So what it did in the he tried to switch the model. Okay, he do not need to do the basic part, he need to think in this way. Okay, now it's only the problem with the programming, so then he need to work in this way. Here is also the same example written. You are a senior security analyst, review this system design. Okay, then you will provide. So he will take a hat of the cyber security analyst and then try to do the review of the system. Okay, this is a currently this type of prompting is ongoing when you try to put. So if you want to do something in the research also, you can put, okay, consider yourself as a top researcher or the in some part or literature analysis, and then try to provide him his data. In this way, okay, he will first take a hat on that way, and he tried the system try to consider the details on that way. He try to provide the detail instruction that, okay, this is more like a part, but okay, yeah, that's part. So that's a little bit prompting. Next one, last that we are currently also using in the industry, it's a meta prompting. Okay, meta prompting, what is we mentioned, because it's not here, it's not shown, but meta prompting, uh, you do not need to write your prompt. Okay, currently what I am doing, I am writing my prompt, but I do not need to write my prompt. I can do just any, like I can take a cloud module, cloud chat or chat GPT, and I can ask him to provide me a prompt to. So if I, let's say if I ask him, so when I try to provide him this thing, okay, now this chat GPT will provide me a prompt. Okay, so if you know what exactly you need, you can ask ChatGPT or some other models like Mistral is there, Cloud is there, or Perplexity. Lots of modules are there. So you can ask them to provide a prompt, and then you can copy paste this prompt and modify it accordingly. So what I him ask, if I am going to write this long prompt, it will take me a while, okay, to find it everything. Okay, so what I did, provide me a prompt to write a Python application with the database and the payment system. I can write anything. Okay, the application should be in blue color or something like that. Any style you can mention. Okay, in this will style. So what he's providing, okay, he provide me. But now you see, that's I told you indirectly also. We are now in the role based prompting. So what he first do, you are a senior Python engineer. So now it's more like senior Python engineer. So it's already removed the lower part. So if human is working on that one, so someone is a junior or something, that will not able to match this part. Okay, then build a style prototype, and what I provided him, database, payment, that one. So he already added a relation layer and everything. And the requirement is this one, core feature will be this one, delivery will be this one, and this is the constraint. So what he's trying to provide, okay, this one, this is an instruction, this is your input, or you can say context. Then these are the core feature that need to be input. So, and this is the output indirectly. Okay, so that's I told indirectly prompt can be considered in the 3 or 4 parts, and there are other rules also for prompting. So different patterns are there that we need to follow. Okay, but that's main part for me. Like you, if you do not know how to prompt or not able to write your proper prompt, you can ask the application to write the prompts also. Okay, till now it's clear, or you will able to hear me properly? Okay, that's sorry, I was here. So that's okay. So this part is that okay. Here there is another part in the chat GPT also, or any other model also, that we call as a GPTs. Okay, so the if you go in the chat GPT screen, I will try to, I will put it in this way. If you can start a new chat, okay, you have this window. Okay, I'm a pro user, plus user, so probably for others it's a low, you might not see the same thing. Okay, I'm using a ChatGPT 502. Then you have different things. Okay, when you are doing a research, you need to think, okay, long better. So it's up to you what you want indirectly. Okay, but what currently what we are doing, we are just prompting here, ask anything. Okay, but if you go in new chat, if you click on this plus also, there is a part, deep research. Okay, you have create image, deep research. When you currently when you are typing something, it will checking everything. Okay, you have other options also here, like study and learn, web check. So it's depend indirectly what indirectly you want, but mostly in case of what I say research, we click on this option. So it's a research. Then you can include the applications also. Okay, there are lots of application that you can connect with it. Okay, so that this part when the system try to search, he will consider this app also. Like I can provide a github is a repository for the applications. Okay, any application or any open source will be there, so it will provide the details. If you provide that detail, then the research will consider that part also. Okay, uh, this is this deep research is a what I say uh, new part indirectly. It's not like so with the chat GPT 4.0, this was introduced. Okay, and there is another. So when you are prompting next time, just consider this part also. If you want to search only the web, you can use the web search only. So in this way, if you try to search, it will only search the web. Okay, online part www, but not other. If you want to search something else, you can specify in this way, isn't mode and something like this one. Okay, that's another part. And you have something, I think everyone will have access also. There is a this part also expert. There is a GPT. Okay, GPT. It's already like some organization are there who work on. So you can create a there is a one term model context protocol. Okay, you can create your you can use the chat GPT part. Okay, and you can train it on your data. Okay, when you train it on a data, it's specifically in that area, it will be trained. Okay, like if I go in chat GPT, explore GPT, you have topic, writing, productivity, lots of options are there. Okay, if I go in programming, I will see the programming only, like software architect GPT, so it will provide only that part. Okay, same for you all. if i click if I click on research and analysis, okay, so you have 12 GPTs currently. Okay, this is but for me, I think for your use, it's a Scholar AI. So if I search on, just click on this one, not using, it's same like a chat, but when you chat it here, it will specifically for now you can
Yes,
see
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, now I can see. Okay.
from where you are not able to see. This one everyone show, I think,
Yes, the seventh slide
not
on the presentation. We can see. Now you should go back to that screen. Yeah, this screen.
this part. I think no one see.
No one has seen. Now it is shown.
Okay, okay. I will try to cover again quickly. Okay, no issue.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So what I'm trying to say, so I will start from the prompt engineering because I switched the screen at that time. Okay, no problem. Okay, so in prompt engineering, so that's why I try to explain indirectly. One thing I can do again, delete your chat. Okay, so what I did. Okay, so what I'm explaining in the prompt engineering. So when you try to connect to a model, you need to provide the specific details to the model. Okay, and there are some techniques that you use. So main part is you need to provide the instruction. Okay, you have a context to provide instruction to specify that one context. You need to provide the details. Then you have input data to provide, and then the output indicator. Okay, so I was talking about the different techniques. So you have the zero shot prompting. There you ask the question without any example. Okay, so it's like translate this sentence into French. So it's just a simple common task. Okay, then you have one shot prompting. There you provide with the statement you also provide an example. Okay, then you have few short in there, you provide multiple 2 or 3 examples. Like here we are providing 2 plus 2 is equals to 4, 3 plus 5 is equals to 7, and then we are asking a question 6 plus 7, what will be the value indirectly. So it's like we are already providing the data to model or AI to have the understanding or pattern. Okay, so he know the pattern and then he can already put it in this way. So it's more like formatting, classification or something. Then I explain the chain of thought. Okay, chain of thought is a reasoning part. Indirectly, generally we use chain of thought prompting in the reasoning part. So when you want to solve any math problem step by step, or if you want some details, anything with the step by step, like okay, I need to write anything in the research paper also, you can write it. Okay, write a research paper, show me the steps of research paper step by step. Okay, so it will provide all the details in this way. And that's the main part I am talking about, is a role-based prompting. In this way, in role-based prompting, primary, you will add a persona to the people. Okay, role or persona or something. It's like asking AI to take some hat or some person details. Okay, and then then you ask him a specific question. Like here, it's like act like a software engineer and review this code. Okay, so if I provide this one and I am providing the code, so system will automatically switch in the mode. Okay, it's a senior software engineer, I need to take a hat on this one, take a hat of this one. So I need to review this code on the basis of, like, I am a systems. So you are providing him a role. So it's like expert responses. Currently, when we do a research or something, we use a lot on this one, role-based prompting. And last one, this one we do not mostly use. This one I am talking about is a meta prompting. This is a new one. It's a like before, it's more like you are asking a model to create a uh, to create a indirectly generated. So you are asking a model to provide him a prompt to do something indirectly. Okay, so it's like meta prompting is like a technique where LLM generate or define the prompts for the other LLM. So you can ask a cloud, okay, cloud GPT, like, okay, this is my case, provide me the prompt. So what I did at that time, I asked him, indirectly this. So this is a meta prompting. So what he's saying, okay, consider here is a strong prompt to generate the Python application. So it already considering a fast API, this one, and now he's providing me a prompt. Okay, so in prompt, if you see, he already take this part. So that's why I'm trying to explain indirectly. So you are a senior Python backend developer. So it's a role-based prompting. So what system is suggesting? Okay, you take a hat of this one and then try to build this one. So this is the instruction. Okay, then you have the requirement. So these are the input what we need to provide, and after that you have the deliverables like output what the system we expect from a system, and some constraint. Okay, so and he provided in different ways. So it's a fast API, Postgre, and this one in another language. So and again ask again some question. The system again asks some question. Okay, in which gateway you want to include, like Stripe, PayPal, Eden, Mobily, or something like that, or you want a subscription base, or what is. If you provide this detail, it will automatically update this part. Okay. Next, I am showing the new chat directly. When you open the cloud chat GPT, you already see this screen. Okay, and when you see this screen, if you click on this plus, you have a deep research also. Okay, when you try to do a deep research, system will automatically think in that way. It's more like thinking a PhD, or someone is doing a PhD or some graduate level thing. Okay, so it's a ChatGPT 502. It's much more advanced on that one. Okay, so that's why I'm telling indirectly, when you next time if you try to do something, if you're doing a deep research with some specific question, just click on this one, select this one, and then try to put it. So it will provide you a detailed report on the research. So it will help. This part will help when you have some topic and you need to analyze, like, okay, like it will, when you do a research, it will automatically check all the papers and everything. Okay, and provide you a references. Another part also, there is an app. You can include the apps also. Okay, and here also, if you want to currently, if you provide the its prompt, it will go to everyone, like it check everything. Okay, but if you want like something specific to check, you can select those cases, like web search. Okay, you want to just do a web search, nothing inside some documents, something like that, so you can put it into a web search. That part this part I explain. And next part I'm explaining, because we are using a chat, but there is another part also, gpts is like some users or some companies already taken this model, because it's a free source model. Chat gpt one, you can use it. So they have taken that model and train on specific data. Okay, so if I click on explore gpt, you will see, okay, these are the custom versions of the gpt. Okay, that combine the instruction. Okay, so you see there are lots of part already there. Okay, if I click on research and analysis, you see 12 or 13 will be there automatically. And if you read the heading, just the part, then you will see, okay, what is Scholar AI is doing. AI research assistant, search and review 2000 M plus scientific paper patent. It's more like what I say, uh, uh, model that is trained for specifically for the research assistants. Okay, it's work like in the same way. If you click on chat, it will show you it will mostly you have to prompt in the same way, but it will be more efficient if you are doing some specific things. Consider the gpts. Okay, it's much more better than the prompts. So because these are already trained, so it will work in this way. Okay, like you can see the conversation also. Find me the paper that reference this one. Write a var for robot surgery, or write an experimental sheet of this one, like pdf experimental setup of this one. So it will try to provide everything. Okay, this one is there. Then scholar gpt is also there. That what I thought indirectly. So if you see, it's already have access to Google Scholar, PubMed, BioRI, RXIV, RXIV, and more. Okay, so, and if you do not know the research topics also, you can search it, like what is the latest part is ongoing, and it will try to provide the details on this one. Okay, so these are the GPT's part. So that I was going to cover. And now mainly the this one, deep research, I already covered. This one I just cover quickly, and then we go to the another part on checking on each of these one. So deep research I already mentioned. Indirectly, deep research, if you want to understand any topic, how it truly work, then you need to do a you need to use the deep research feature of the OpenAI indirectly. Okay, so you explore everything like research paper, technical blogs, real case study. So it will do everything. It's not more like about just reading. It's smart indirectly learning, smart indirectly that way. Okay, and when we use deep research enabled tools, mostly it's a source when you need to summarize. So instead of switching between the dozens blogs or docs or forum, you can just use the deep research and ask him to the research on the everything or every way. So it will provide you a concise details. You can use for literature review also, citation analysis, qualitative data analysis, exploratory data analysis, and synthesis also, like tool patterns analyze in this way. So that way you can use the deep research part. Okay. Okay. Now, if I go in this way, so these are the mostly 6 tools, okay, that we have. Each one have something specific, like Perplexity is for mostly for fast citations. Okay, when you have the citations detail, you can use it in this way. And then you have ChatGPT and deep exploration that I explained. I said, so I go one by one better. Okay, so I have Perplexity. So if I log in into this one already, so just a basic sign up is required. Then here also you can have a chats. Okay, if we go on the top screen. So in like ChatGPT, you here also have the details. So it's like a search just to get the answer, but there is a deep search also. Okay, when you click on deep search, you are searching in depth for the advanced reasoning. And then if you want to just normal search, you can use it. Like if I search here, uh, like, okay, I just search this one. Okay, so what it will do, it will provide me a proper details on the platforms with the I choose the wrong one. So okay, so now it's taking time a little bit on thinking, but once you press, it will show all the details. Okay, with the links. So if we know just the topic, we can provide it here, and it will automatically search. So it will take a little bit time. So he's checking already the all papers and websites. And you have in this one because it's take time a little bit. So meanwhile, I will discuss other part. Okay. So maybe I discuss other part. So for perspective, there is a so it's a mainly we use for real time, and it's mainly for citation. Okay, you do not need, I think, no, there is no login required when you use it into a casual mode. But if you want to do a deep research, then there is a one part indirectly here is a focus mode. Okay, you can put it that one. So it's more like same as a chat GPT way. You can specify the, I say, you can specify what he need to search. Okay. Okay. And there are free and pricing on that one. So chat, I will go a little bit on this one. Just it take time. Directly, when you have this one, you already have a review of the sources. You can click on this one Okay, and if you want some specific details on this one, you can again do a query, but it's in thinking mode, so it will do a more detailed analysis. It's more like what we are doing the research, so updating the research document with this one and everything he will do. Okay, so okay, now he's creating a comprehensive report. So if you see here, then there is a link also is present. So every time he provide a link, and every details will be there. So if you know the topic, you can put it here, and later on fine tune your details. So it's more like a first part indirectly, like doing a research analysis initial part. Okay, that we use mostly perplexity when we need to do a research fast somewhere, and it's easy for literature reviews. Okay, then we have a chat GPT. I already explained the chat GPT. There is no much difference indirectly. You can use it and try to provide some specific details. If you have the research paper PDF or research paper also, you can upload it into a chat GPT. There is an upload feature also. Chat GPT 4 have a upload feature. If you provide it and ask him to do a summary of that paper, it will provide you the details. So instead of reading multiple papers, you can directly put the paper or PDFs, or if you have links, you can provide it there also, and it will put our details section by section. Okay, and you have the beta texting also, like if you want if you want to search something specific, you can put the browsing mode, the web mode in the chat GPT also. Okay, then you have elicit. Already this time I already did it for this one. So Elicit is a AI-powered research assistant that is built for search and analyzing research paper. So what it did, it automated the literature review, summarize studies, comprise research findings. Okay, and how do you use it? When you go in the first screen, you will see this one. Okay, when you log in. Okay, if you do not do upgrade also, that will work. Okay, you have this one, and there you can select the questions. Like you have a research report, you have symmetric reviews, find paper if you need to find some papers. Okay, and paper chat. If you have some library, you can upload the select the sources here, and then you can query them. Okay, so this part it's mostly if I go here and ask some question, because I recently asked him one question like benefit of the what's the benefit of the using a transformation for the series. So he created a detailed report on this one, and we can see from where he gathered the resources, and you can save it as a PDF also. And if you want somewhere in the tools to be included, like download BIV, RIS, download text, so BIP or RIS, you can include it into a reference tools also. Okay, he provided all the reference. So it's more like a initial discussion research report already done. Okay, and if you want to see the resources, you can choose it here directly. If I go to return to report, so there is a gather sources, screen sources, data extraction. If I click on details, I have the papers which he checked for this specific one. If I try to select this one, it will show me the details of the paper. For others also, this one, so he take it from IE. Okay, and this one also. So in this way, so it's easier way to do a literature part indirectly, like that I mentioned, like automatic literature review, summarize studies, and if you want to find something, so elicit that use. Till now it's okay. Then you have consensus. Consensus is more like what I say is also AI powered search engine, but that answer is questioned by the summarized finding from the peer review research paper. So it's more like not giving a opinion or random blog answer. It will scientifically, what I say, back the responses. So it's like yes or no. Okay, that part is mostly like that. So I have opened it already. So there is also, when you go, you will receive this screen. Currently, if I have it, you will have it for 7 days, mostly free. After that, you need to pay, I think 700 or something. Okay. And if I search something, I can put something like this one. Okay. So what it will do, it will search, scan the thousands of papers, okay, and return the summary indirectly. Okay. Mm, So cross validation. So you can read them, and citation is also mentioned. Like this is are the number where the citations are present. So you can see like domain and the citation which have. So it will try to provide the details in this way. And you can of course export it and copy it to citation if you want to use it. Okay, so this is a better result, but these are the result. If you want to read the full text, you can also read it because it open in the terminal, the whole paper. Okay, so in that way you can read it, or if you want to export in the CSV or RIS format to store into your reference tools, then it can also be done. So most that's indirectly the fourth tool that we use. It's mostly no, it's okay. So if there are free plans are there, but I think pro plan is here is expensive, but I don't know in India. So that part is there, and another one, next one is SKT. So it's validate the claims by the citation types. Okay, so it's a smart. I try to already open it. Okay, so it's a powerful research tool that find the academic paper and show how those paper are cited, whether the citation support or contradict, or merely mention the original study. So it's ideal for verifying scientific claim, understanding context, and identifying trustworthy resources. So you can log in it and try to provide some detail, like I can provide graph, something neural network. So it will think, but it will return the list of the academic paper with the metrics, like in how many. It's expired. Sorry. Okay, but I can explain this in because I think I need to upgrade it. So yeah, it will return a list of the academic papers, but if I go, so it's more like it's provided details of the paper, and in the paper along with that you can see how many times that paper has been cited already. So it's like supporting documents, so you have the count also. So with the paper, like author, publication year, journal link, you have details and total number of citations, supporting document mentioning. So everything, when you search the here, it will show which paper, how it's referred and how many times it's referred. So it's easier indirectly uh, for uh, to support the contradiction or validating a scientific claim on something. Okay. And last one that I use mostly, sorry, I will close that again. So if I go in search, so there is a research rabbit. Research rabbit is a visual research discovery tool. It's more like a what I say. It's like a it's a help to explore, map or track scientific paper and author. So if you provide him it will connect everything. So it will show you in a graph way, like through citation or co-ownership. You can consider this more like a library of the academic literature, most like a Spotify something. Okay, so if I provide um, if I provide him something like I use this. So if I do this search, so it will provide me all the papers related to this one. So this one is there, you have this one, this one. So all the papers are provided. So what you need to do, if you click on this one, it will come here. So you need to indirectly do a, what do you say? It's just like a add to collection. Okay. When you are doing add to collection, like if I remove it, I select this one. This one is already there. So I have two. So I created a collection. I put it in the some name. Okay. Then if I added the paper, then I do a search. So what it will do, it will check all these paper where they are connected. So it will try to check all the citation in the papers and co-author and try to find a similar paper or where it's referred. So if I do a search, so if you see this one similar to two articles. Okay, so if I click on this one, it's trying to show me where it's connected. So this one we have selected and it's connected to this one. So it's more like a graphical presentation where your paper is referred, or if your paper is referred somewhere where that paper is indirectly referred. So that part indirectly you can see, and if you click on that one, you will see the paper also, and that if you want, you can select it to a collection also, and then again do a search on that one. Okay, so it's more like what I say, visual way of exploring the research papers. So that part. Okay. So mostly these four tools, I think you will get a more detailed idea on that one. But when you use it and when you know the prompt properly, it will work in this way. Okay, so that part is there. I will try to cover just this one also. So now we came on the limitations also. Okay, it's more like what I was trying to say. If you use AI also, okay, but there are some limitations that we also face. Okay, That's why I told you when you do a prompt, you do not, if you provide your answer, but you need to little bit verify it also. Okay. Sometimes it do not do properly. So what we call it as a hallucination. Okay. So it's like a AI tool that is creating a fake information that sound realistic. Okay. For for instance, it can refer to a non-existing research paper, invent fake authors also, or offer misleading data. Okay, when I did last year on something, then it provided me a wrong data also. If you ask him a question, then it will say, okay, that information is not correct, so I'm optimizing a little bit. So just do a cross check also. Okay. Another part is lack of deep critical thinking. Okay. Academic research involve indirectly interpreting result, drawing conclusion, and evaluation or opinion. Okay, that insight cannot be replicated by an AI. Okay, uh, it can do so with the help of AI tools. You can find the research topics, summarize them, rephrase them, but true understanding and critical thinking availability should not be there. Okay, so we need to consider that part. Third part is free plan limits. So mostly free plan limit, you will able to do limited part, but after that, it will not work indirectly. So you need to upgrade it. And I'm not no because I'm in Belgium, it's costly, but might be in India, it's a little bit cheap because I heard that GPT for academics is a little bit not expensive. So that part. And another part is also over dependence. So indirectly, when you are searching, you need to check in your way also. Otherwise, it will create a problem in the understanding. Like AI can summarize and draft, but later on, then critical thinking, we will lost it indirectly. Okay. I think I have a time. I'm not able to cover fully.
Priyanka, can you?
Cover that one also, but okay, I will share with the PPT also this details because last week I created a prompts. Okay, so for each academic topics, I created a prompts. Okay, like you have a topic explorer, so it's a role-based prompt. If you see act like a expert research methodologist, so same for literature review, argument station. So I created a Notion, the Notion part. I will attach it with the PPT also if you share. And one more thing I created this one. This one will be good if you have it. Okay, you have DeepSeek, so it will work. So what I did, I combined all the prompts. Okay, and I created a big one indirectly. So that's a you need to provide a context. You have a role, you have guidelines to provide, you have solution framework, what you want, evidence, author. So everything I try to include what you need in the paper. Was just you need to change this part. Okay, and that I also mentioned here. Like subject area, if you are beginner, immediate, or advanced, you can put it. And some specific questions you need to put it. Some initial information. But if you provide this prompt to any of the part, your most of the part will be taken care with the unique details. Okay, so it will respond in this way, like heading, clear heading, and source and evidence. So practical information. So then later on you can validate on that part.
On behalf of organizing committee, I express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker for delivering an engaging and informative session on citations in research, structure, tools, and techniques. Your session has greatly contributed to our understanding of the importance of proper citation practices, research documentation, and the effective use of citation tools. The practical guidance and examples you shared will empower faculty and researchers to maintain academic integrity and improve the quality and credibility of their scholarly work. We also appreciate your patience in addressing participants' questions and making the session interactive and highly informative. Your expertise has significantly enriched the learning experience of all participants. We are truly thankful for the valuable time, effort, and expertise you invested in making this session both engaging and informative. It has undoubtedly added great value to our academic community. Thank you so much, Abhishek,